Hello, everybody. Seems like a while since I've done a YouTube recording, but I got clear instructions to work with the removal of any attachments to curse type energy. I've had a huge amount of clients come forward this last month. Some are regular clients, some have sort of been working with me a while, but a lot are new. And some are from the spiritual community and they're aware of interference within their energy field and say feeling like what feels like curse type energy. Some it's very obviously spell work and activities done within ritual. Also got a few people from the Indian community come forward as well, and sort of that tends to be with sort of within the families. But yeah, there's all sorts coming forward. And I'm going to do a very collective healing to support the movement of that kind of energy, and especially any attachments that are kind of having that. I'm finding with the clients often when I go into the stories and I do one-to-ones with them, yes, there's connections in current life, but then there'll be connections in ritual work done in other lives as well. So it can get quite messy, but this will hopefully help shift some of those layers. I do advise if you do react to this light language in a strong way, that you do, excuse me, that you do sort of seek me out and do a one-to-one if you're able. Obviously, please ignore this one if you feel this isn't relevant for you, but trust your intuition, because there might be some deep clearances going on to this. Even if you're unsure and you're not, you don't think you're affected by curse-like energy, it'd be safe to watch. It will be safe to watch because it'll clear any of those sort of interactions through sort of past lives or parallel lives, however you want to view them, through other dimensions, and there will be a general energy clearance anyway. Um, when I'm working with specific clients, their energy mirrors onto me, and then I feel the distortions in their energy field. And if I'm releasing, it makes me burp and makes me shake. And the coding, the light language can sound quite aggressive. I don't know how much of that we'll see within this, or whether it will still be a kind of a softer light language, but we'll find out. Okay. Nobody recesti. Yes, better share. Okay, the title was Shifting into Possibilities, but I've got a feeling I've used something with that title before, so we'll see whether it's, Shifting into Possibilities Part 2. I'm really not sure. I'll find out when I try and type it in. I'll see what happens. Okay, you'll hear the sounding. I'm chatting in my head, so you can hear me saying the yes and the no and getting answers in my head already before I've even started. Um, I'm already feeling kind of heaviness through my chest when I'm releasing. Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking of people I work with, and I could feel one specific client certainly who I will be sending this to, but I know there's going to be more. Yeah, if you feel uncomfortable sensations, just breathe through it. Please do. Know that you're held. They said, know that you're held and safe to complete and unravel any contracts. And of course, this may be forgotten contracts as well. Of course, they're going to support specific people as a priority. But really, the light language can be used to shift through anyone's time frame. She does. You will hear the annoyance within some of these releases. And it's just part of the detangling process. Mesa d'amore platore betassi teatri panski. Mer arshariga tuta agar marri arre ana arre ana arre. And again, know that this is supporting you to release your emotions. Archamana prota se ver prekita setiar. Unravel any areas where you've been in difficult fights energetically. Supporting you all to carry yourself as sacred. Serrano de Gabrica Archuric Maradic Autocum Arrenda Arra Maradele Aradica Aradica up to unraveling the truth seeker in all of us. Mama Maradic Anna yes, so you can use your own discernment. And this discernment can be active and used in any walk of life. This isn't just curse and painful energetic releases. This is kind of anyone that kind of might be bombarding your energy field in some way. Mana ana ana we won't be always sharpening your judgment in predictable ways. Look for detanglement opportunities. But yeah, some people might find there's arguments arise within friendships. But this will give you courage, hopefully give you courage to look further into the tanglements. So please consider whether these relationships are healthy. Please consider whether you have been drawn into a codependent relationship before, and whether you feel like you're playing a role within this. Are you playing the victim game? Is there a way that you can seek shelter in softer relationships? Saramatiga tanda shikarchit. Madradigo helping you achieve freedom in so many different ways. For example, some of you may feel like you're the scapegoat in a family situation. Do you feel like the black sheep of the family? Do you feel your family always pulls you into an argument? And then look at better ways that you can hold yourself as sacred. It doesn't necessarily mean escaping the family unit. It just might mean you standing firmer ground. Letting go of some responsibilities that are no longer appropriate, no longer an option logically or energetically. Let's have a look where specific missiles are being thrown. Surrounds. Surrounds. Sarankupe. Sarankupe. Bashi. Ashe. This may be family resentment. Or obviously very I might be an obvious spiritual attack. Even spell work. Yes, but that's mamorka. This will adapt to anyone's energy field. At its simplest, where at its simplest, it's where people have thrown anger your way. Oh, besarraga archu obren, marraga marrara archi ayano kurra arsipita arcumbrec artisi arcare, Bashi, unraveling all sorts of complications. Mena marrega archivik murcartu shaboda marraga out but the energy you may feel working through family units, so it may not just be supporting your energy, it may be supporting others that are close to you. And it may feel like more of a collective release. So please look out for kind of the memories, the thoughts, some of the conditioned responses that are popping into your memory while you're listening to this. Look out for memories where you have made to feel like you're a failure. Look at those situations in your life where you have failed. And then not that we want to fault find, but just looking at the responsibilities. And then pulling you all into success. Barakas. Ora ne mena tu sita modakare no se. Somare kala tu karib e araya tu e ti e si e. Hala lo tukira ti e ti ti e tu ta ta ta. Ora pira se te no to kori haya te se te. Morka se. Mosarakita selete toya tiantos, cocaete tai he, hocoke, brackete back, archie, 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 and just hearing the words, you're all co-creators in this. There's nearly always more than one person to detangle. Mina burka asratu sharamar prot. Mera artu shabaraka so basinar kurina say. Pesaretto carasse, harraton chigamarte, aritas in amor curta senta, semara con esiti la tua mara kerata, so sharanoti la sarhinta, zemora tu canasse la torciara carite, soranasti chi la tu champagne, setarnos kirana se sarantoti, sarantuta, Sorana sikiratas morantem, sorane sikirano rekarsa sharantote, so shokamarakita sashana, ujomakina sitarento ker hashakuratai, so sharento kira sashoma, sorano rekira se sharanotila torata, so shanamarakid sen shamporkai, senadore kira se sharantotore kerata, so sharanto kira senshine, soranore karate, sabarakora karata, so sharanto kira senshamen, mashatombre kira se, porana sura karata, dosh karete se, dosh karanta sa, marinesi, maranesi, Morana sikirano, shikarati saranto. Sin sharano to sharantate. Zebaranto sinatorake saranto to sharante. Shombra casete. Shombra casete, marana recarato, sigarana, shikiratom, sem sharanoti, sashatotom, serano recarna, sikirador kerete, morana stitembra casentam, moranela no stina vorre keretem, so sharanto kira sesharas, miramora nebetila sario morra carata, shore ketese, shore kitasa. Morne Sinai, Burane, Saikura, Toe, arre, bre. What are you cycling towards? Esarrak puhutaan prekari pitää. Of course, we don't want anyone cycling towards danger. Where are you carrying your secrets? Are you really surrounded by possibility? Or are you shrouded in judgment? Shrouded in fear? Shrouded in uncertainty. And how are you going to push forward in those possibilities? Pesarentu karanes, pesarantu karanai, pesatombre karanos kiperantu tan, pesarentu karanes, pesarentu karane, ariamor karna, por carre, arrenupsire, azanotie, archica, arrachica, morante, brrchicate. Now let's speak into your passions. We got, for some of you, finding a new path. Sabareku, sabareku, sabareku. Me mama. Me mama. For some, we are still releasing cruelty. Some of you are very deep in this and can't even think about picking yourself up. Some of you are very aware of this need to escape. Others, they already feel their world unfolding. And they're just waiting to step into that blossoming time. They're going to bring through celebration for everybody. And ensure that you make the right steps, make the right moves. Besabatus. Out shot. Setepa, shukuta, mess. Saparamo the benat capita, but the high shoe. Separate poof. Marabret Puppa, Ragdaba Puppa, Shikere, Secati Charat Puppa, Segavate Bet Fuffa, fa, Sepe, Borshema Supese, some of you will find some really special circumstances evolving. Get ready to dissolve some fears and really step into your evolution potential. Semarikirano siptaja turran kirpe. Soranesti kera morrikato sash. Mornori kera se sharanto kira sa sharans. Mila lori kira mesti pinatosh. Mi saranto karane si da martur karta. Sempro kurkiras. Semplo kuraten. Se pregunras. Si banore kitas. Sitara norikida fan suprentus sai. Mora norikara se shamora cara tarise. Sora mora kera notikira ta. Se modorine tikamortida mosharana te. Sumara katu sitarando tem. Sigma kuja kamerti sabrantu kere kalse. Sora nari kumbareketa sash. Morikeno tikamarki sara morkorane sa. Moro nosika mandakira sumsh. Mesarando karmesri amarkorane pese. Moranasi karmarkarti samarakoi, Masemarakorani tibekomodke samarakoi, Marka martista marken, Miserentus, Miserente. Miserante kamata cantura gai, Moranori karama stila borkira se, Sharamoda kematari shimata, Morakura pesana kurkira sarcha, Sebram kochi matar kira turentintantam, Moranasi keramor keram porkarte, Moratasi marakor karten, Moranasi keramor kira sushamarakai, Seramor kartusi marken, Moranori kerate, Haratore karta, Oratore kartore karra. Hey. Arr. Replicate. You've all been coordinated or corded into ceremony unnecessarily at some point. Arra, arre, arre, ana, arre, 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 even if it's only unhealthy marriage proposals. Arre, 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 ana, arre, arre, ana, arre, arre, ana, arre, ana, arre, ana, arre, arre, arre. I'm sure everybody can think of a ceremony that has felt dodgy. If not with you personally, then maybe with somebody close. And just imagine how many of these there are through people's timelines. If you feel it's appropriate, um, do please take off your wedding band. It's not going to be appropriate for some, but if you're kind of feeling this need to kind of release your wedding band, put it on the side for now, and then we're going to look for anything inappropriate, mainly in relationships, but obviously it may have other influences for some people. Again, looking for inappropriate contracts. Boja para Tuesday. Mara para proclamate chai. Mighty gone the Picamatico and Dakar Peter Sitana Murbraket, but we might be breaking chords in other contracts as well. So one that springs to mind is where people have had names tattooed on them, names of partners that have subsequently turned out to be inappropriate. And yeah, finding freedom within these as well. But you might think of other scenarios. Whew. Rans tu. Sarraga arra kusharig arrti arra. Marraga bringing back order. Restructuring. Bringing back compassion. Looking at sacred compassion. Do you see the truth within? Marchikari, Rakutari, Ana, Are you still corded into something that's outside of yourself? How are you restructuring your freedom? How are you finding your voice? How are you finding your passions? How are you redefining your family? Redefining your friendships. There really are some miraculous possibilities on this journey. Ti, mai shu, mesetara purra ana 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 ana. Make sure you praise your possibilities. Do not see yourself as wicked or vulnerable. We can all find these inner strengths. You are special. You are sacred. And we can all find these decent friendships. There's magic within. There is magic within. There is magic within. Okay, that feels lovely. I think I've drawn to a close, so please comment. Let me know how you feel. Find me for one-to-ones. Please just reach out. Find me, email me, louise.rhodes8@gmail.com. I've also got WhatsApp numbers on my website. My website is louiserhodes.co.uk, or just type in Louise Rhodes and Light Language and you'll find me, you'll find my website, you'll find a Facebook page, etc. So yeah, find me. Yes, yes, it's okay. I'm going to pull that to a close. Thank you. Mercy.